Hello, friends. It is time for our reading circle. Today, we are working on the letter A. Does anyone remember what sound the letter A makes? That's right. It makes the A sound. So, today, let's practice writing the letter A in the air. Can you put your hand out? And let's practice writing the letter A. Let's slant down on the other side, and cross in the middle. And what sound does the letter A make again? That's right, the A sound. So, we have talked about the cycle of an apple. And did you know, friends, that apples come in so many colors? Does anyone know what colors apples come in? That's right, red. What other colors? Yellow. And then what other color? Green, that is right. And besides colors, apples come in many different sizes also. In the fall, there are so many things to do. What are some things that you like to do in the fall? I think someone said going to the pumpkin patch. Oh, and someone said raking leaves. And after you rake those leaves, what is the best thing to do with those leaves? That's right, you get to jump in those leaves and hear them crunching under your feet. One thing that I love to do in the fall is go to the apple orchard. How many of you all have ever been to an apple orchard or know what an orchard is? An apple orchard is where you can go and get so many different types of apples. There's apple trees all over, and you can go pick apples. And guess what you get to do with those apples after you pick them? You get to take them home. And what do you all like to do with apples once you get them home? You can eat them, you can cut them up, and guess what else you can do, friends? You can make applesauce. So, today, we're going to read a story about applesauce and how we make it. Are you ready to join me in reading our story? Sit in close and get ready to listen. Applesauce. Some are red. Look at all these red apples in her pail. And look, there's an apple on the ground. I wonder if she's gonna pick that one up. Some are green. Some are yellow. So we have red apples, green apples, and yellow apples. Then we take them home and we cut the apples. Look, they have their cutting board, and Dad has the knife and he's cutting the apple. Then we have to cook the apples. Then, look what he has in his hand. He has the masher because we have to mash the apples after they're all cooked. Then, add cinnamon. Then, guess what you have? You have applesauce. So they use red apples, green apples, and yellow apples to make their applesauce. So, looking back in our story, what was the first thing they did in the story? They had to go get their apples. Then they took them home, and what did they do with those apples? That's right, they cut the apples. Then after you cut them, what do you have to do? Did someone say cook the apples? That's right, we have to cook the apples. The adult has to cook them. Then there was a tool that they used. What did they use? What did they do next? They mashed the apples. That's right. We have to mash them all up. Then, if you want, you add cinnamon to your apples to make cinnamon applesauce. Then you get to enjoy your applesauce. One of my favorite things in fall time, making fresh applesauce. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. We talked about the sound that the letter A makes. What sound does the letter A make? The ass sound, that's right. And then we talked about some of the things that we like to do in fall. We like to jump in the leaves. We like to go to the pumpkin patch. And then we can go to an apple orchard, get apples, and make applesauce. And if you don't go to the apple orchard, you can go to the grocery store to get those apples, and you can make applesauce. So go find an adult and tell them the steps it takes to make applesauce. And hopefully you can make some applesauce to enjoy today. See you next time, friends.